Hey gang, it's Ark, and this is Orb of Creation. This is the Steam release build, version 0.5, and I don't know too much about this yet. I've read some of the patch notes, and I watched a little bit of the dev stream yesterday, but there's supposed to be quite a few changes since the last time. There's research, there's self-scaling upgrades, where you get a little bit of exponential like an exponential multiplier on a lot of the upgrades. Anyway, let's get into it. Also, I think alchemy has been reworked pretty heavily. Let's go ahead and get this last Infuse Orb upgrade before we move in here. Alright, Manifestation Glyph. It looks like there's a slightly... Okay, it tells you what spell you're going to get in advance. That's nice. So we've still got casting level. Augment spells have been renamed to charm spells. So this is now non-charm spell power. Go ahead and unlock wizardry. If you're not familiar with this at all, this is an incremental game that's now available on Steam, but you can also play the old version on itch.io. It's free there if you just want to check it out. Okay, so it looks like the effectiveness of the wisdom has increased, and you can see this now scales itself as you buy more of it, times 1.01 per level. Okay, I should probably go ahead and get this next level of Infuse Orb. Plus 80% divining spell power. So divining, I guess, is... Do we have any description of what these different spell types are? Manifestation Glyph. Didn't I already get that? Oh, they're all called manifestation glyphs. Okay, I get it. So this one is conjure. So now I can learn... Okay, so this increases divining spell power and divining cooldown time. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and learn it. A lot of stuff has changed here. So this gives me additional spell creation slots. Right. So this is where I could insert more than one glyph in here. Alright, let's go ahead and keep, let's see, so this is a... That's divining spell power. This is also divining spell power. Oh, this is a much shorter spell. So I would cast this and then quickly cast my other spells. So let's just, let's try this. Let's get rid of, need to buy the loadout. Let's get rid of Attune Orb, and let's throw in another Gather Knowledge. Now I should be able to cast this, and then quickly cast 2 Gather Knowledge spells. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that yet. Let's continue to get some more levels of wisdom. Let me know how the volume is. I'm gonna need to probably redo my setups there. I tried to adjust it. These sliders are almost all the way down there, so it's hard to tell exactly where they are. Okay, Novice Spells. This is the thing that gives me additional setups. Alright, so I think I'm just going to cast a bunch of Gather Knowledge. And let's go ahead and unlock this Novice Spells. Okay, so it looks like I can cast one set with this, and then another set without. And then by the time that cycle completes, I can come back in and cast it all again. Alright, seems reasonable. Yeah, because of the shorter cooldowns of those. Now this is a toggle. It's not a channel, so I could potentially run more than one of these, but I don't know how worth it that would be. Let's go ahead and get to Novice Spells before I do Improved Wizardry. Okay, so now I can learn Expand Magic, which is generating Thaumaturgy. Oh, interesting. I can already start to do space. Just need more mana. Alright, well let's get the Thaumaturgy spell here. I think I will get at least, yeah, we'll at least see what the options are. Oops, I messed this up. I needed more mana before I get into that. Okay, so physicalization. Interesting. So I have to get aptitude, which I think is still a wizardry upgrade. Alright, let's do this again. Okay, the ability to level up spells. Augment table is coming in a lot earlier now. This is a new layout. Looks like I can filter, or I can just search for spells here. Yeah, there's a bunch of new features. Alright, so this is Divining Spell Power. Mana per second, more base mana. Alright, I think what I want to do is go ahead and start getting Thaumaturgy. For the base mana. But before I do that, I might as well get a little bit more Wisdom, because this is a pretty cheap source of base mana, at least for the first few levels. In fact, I might not even need to get much from the Thaumaturgy upgrade. I can already almost get to Storm. Might as well go ahead and put points into Infusion for the additional mana per second. Got some new music tracks. I noticed there was one on the title screen as well. Well, I'm thinking the earlier I invest into this, the more smoothly this whole game will run. I can also put points into Resilience to scale this, but I think, let's see, so this is 24, so getting essentially +2 is 1/12, that's about like 8% increase. So that's stronger than this by a good margin for a little while yet. Alright, let's go ahead and create some more knowledge. So let's see, Conjure Space requires 1,200 mana. Okay, so I can already see that buying the levels of this to get more levels of infusion is going to start to slow down a lot. Because this cost is starting to scale pretty hard. So we can either start putting it into resilience instead. I mean, all of these upgrades are fairly attractive right now, especially since they're not leveled at all yet. I'm wondering if I should just go straight for space, though. Space is what gets you to the aspect slots, which gives you a huge amount of improvement. So you know what? I think I'm going to try that. Let's go ahead and cast one more round of this. And then I think what I'm going to do is let's start generating some thaumaturgy. That'll give me additional mana capacity, assuming that hasn't been changed. So we want expand magic. This is also a divining spell. So why don't we just run a copy of that, or 2 copies of that, with this. So I need, yeah, I can cast all of this. Yeah, plus 40 per point in there. So that should quickly get me up to 1.2 thousand mana, and then we can attempt this. Looks like we have some additional things here. Intellect starts out giving base knowledge per second. Oh wow, this also gives a multiplier to just mental resources gained, period. Leveling up spells is certainly something I want to do eventually. I'm going to go straight for this, though. Oh, let's see. Requires physicalization. Oh, never mind. Okay. So I need 8 levels of aptitude and gather knowledge level 1 out of 3. So I guess I do need this. Let's see. Maybe this has been changed. Manage. Gather knowledge. Mastery level is 1. Okay, so I just need to get the mastery level up to 2 for that. Alright, let's just go ahead and run some of these. I'm wasting mana right now while I'm figuring out kind of how to do these things. Alright, so this is actually really good with these because these all have about the same cooldown when I use this. So I can quickly fill up my thaumaturgy here. See, I could do augments. Let's just learn Storm. Okay, so in the spellbook I have learn versus manage. So this is where I level up spells. We now have access to conjure spark. Spark is the new name for energy. Alright, so requires physicalization. This requires aptitude level 8. Let me see what it takes to get that. Just a bunch of knowledge. Alright, fine. Let's get some points in intellect then. Because this will passively generate knowledge. It also just increases mental resources gained. So I think I should just max this out, actually. We're going to need a bunch of knowledge to get aptitude anyway. Aptitude gives divining spell power. I wonder if I can just level these up. How many casts? I've done enough casts to do this, so... Whirling Divination, that's not ready to level up yet. Expand Magic also isn't. But yeah, I imagine those are going to be well worth it. And I feel like this is still a hair too loud. It didn't really make much of a difference, did it? I don't want to turn it down so much that we can't hear it. Let's try that. just continue buying this. I don't really have anything to spend my mana on right now. Until I get enough experience to level these up. I guess having a... Yeah, having a fourth spell to cast would be nice. This does give me more casting experience. Only plus 2% to the mastery rate, though. Alright, let's let the mana get up to the point where I can get infusion, and then we'll level this up. And I guess I should go ahead and be getting aptitude, since I need it anyway for physicalization. Pretty much just level this up when I can, because it's going to increase my divining spell power. Getting... Gather knowledge up to level 3. That's going to take a while, isn't it? Still can't be leveled up. This one can, but I need more knowledge. Alright, so I'll save my knowledge up for right now. Might be shooting myself in the foot by trying to push for this so early. I really need to level that spell up. It's taking too long to generate these resources. Alright, I think I should be able to get it now. So, expand magic can be upgraded. This one, I'm almost there. So this is now costing 360. Okay, so that's most of my mana. And now the cooldowns are a little bit messed up. Alright, but we should be able to afford the other upgrade now. Whirling Divination. Oh, interesting. Only times 1.2 base power. Even though it's twice the cost? That doesn't seem very good. Well, we'll see. I think I'm getting close to twice the total thaumaturgy that I was before. And the cooldowns aren't too bad. Okay, so I think that is a pretty good upgrade. Oh, it's gather knowledge that I need to level up. Oh, that's annoying. Oops, I didn't have the mana for that one. Oh, and now it's going to have a really long cooldown. Alright, let's see. I don't think I have loadouts yet. Add augments into things. This is getting near the point where it'll be capped out. Guess I could start getting some mana per second to help fill this up so that I can recast everything. Yeah, I'm not really happy with the requirements on this. This is kind of just forcing me to do stuff that I don't really want to do. That isn't necessary for progression. It's just kind of there to force me. Especially the spell levels. Like, once I get this, I technically don't need to cast that spell anymore. So to force me to get it all the way up to level 3 just to progress, it just doesn't feel good. I think I'll go ahead and get the last level of this. I'll be able to afford that. I guess we'll just switch over to spamming this one spell just so I can make progress in the game. Like, how would you get this? Like, there would just be no way to progress further beyond that, I guess. Maybe I'm supposed to get a bunch of points into comprehension to get more experience. I guess. Alright, this will help. I'll have a 4th spell I can cast. And I guess if I'm going for experience in that one spell, I don't even need to be using this once we switch over. Yeah, let's go and get this now. And I'm just going to throw in a Gather Knowledge just to start leveling that up. And we might as well level that up. Okay, so that just needs to be gotten up to Mastery level 3. Oh. I cast everything in completely the wrong order because I thought this was still on hotkey 3. Alright, well that's unfortunate. That messes up our cooldowns. Yeah, I forgot I switched them so I'd have this at the end. Let's just cast another Gather Knowledge while we're waiting on cooldowns. Might as well continue leveling up Aptitude and, yeah, Resilience as well. I need more mana. Mana per second. Because I'm having to wait for this to fill up. Alright, so Whirling first. Then these other spells. Alright, 22 on this. I could probably use the overcap to get even more levels of this. Let's see, what's the cooldown on this? 12.5 seconds, okay. I don't think I want to augment my spells yet. Take a look at how long it's going to take me. Oh no. Using higher level spells generates significantly more experience. Well, this is just with one spell in the slot. I've already gotten 1/10 of this. So if I have all 4 spells, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright. And did I ever... It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I actually leveled this up. I can manually de-level it, I guess, if I wanted to for some reason. Alright, so I'll do one more full round of this. Looks like I'm wasting stats here. Let's go and do that. Another point in aptitude, another couple of points. Alright, so we have that level now. Okay, so gather knowledge level 3 is the next step. So I'm going to get one more point into intellect, and then we'll switch over and just do everything. Let's gain a little bit extra mana before we start. Okay, so there's that last point of intellect, and I guess I should do one more round just to get some thaumaturgy stored up. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be stubbornly pushing for this. I know I've got the ability to look at like spark spells and stuff too, so I wouldn't necessarily need to be doing this. Alright, let's go in and change everything over to gather knowledge. And we'll just start casting a bunch of those to get the level up. I can still be putting points into the various wizardries. Alright, so we're doing gather knowledge. Now, this only costs... Okay, it is costing me 200 mana to cast, because it is level 2. Alright, perfect. And I need to be actually spending it. I don't know that this is really worth it right now. Yeah, mana capacity, mana regeneration. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a grind. Maybe I'm missing something, like maybe there's some other way to do this, but definitely not a fan. I feel like if you wanted to have this just so people know about it, I feel like just having it be, you need it to be level 2 would be fine. That way you know you can go in here and you can upgrade your spells. Technically I could lower the cooldowns of these with the with this. But then I have to wait for the cooldown on this anyway, so not really a big improvement. Alright, it's not taking that long. It's just a couple more rounds. And then we can finally get physicalization. And then that'll allow me to start casting Conjure Space. Alright, so there it is. Let's just go ahead and put some points into Wisdom. And leave all of this for right now. Can you guys hear that? Oh, there's a little click that happens every time I mouse over any little thing. It's so weird. Trying to get this back to where I had it. There's no indication of where that is, so just have to guess. I think that's a little quieter, but probably fine. Alright, so gather knowledge needs to be level 3. There it is. Physicalization. Well, might as well just cast a bunch more of these to get the knowledge needed. Alright, learn how to start manifesting physical elements. So now we can go over to our loadout, spellbook, learn. Here we go. So, oh, what is this? Raylock's Cube. Conjure Divining Charm Spell. It's a lot of tags. So, Divining level 6 is what we need. Has a 60-second cooldown, and for half that period, we get a bunch of additional knowledge capacity, as well as knowledge gained and divining spell power. Interesting. Summon a powerful divining cube that improves knowledge capacity, gain rate, and divining power. Interesting. All right, well, we'll have to see. And this requires 50 space. All right, we'll have to see how that works out. So conjure space, we're going to learn that. If I had played this correctly, I could have had an empty slot for it, and then it would have, I think it would have automatically been thrown in there without me having to spend the extra mana on it. Okay, so this is a conjure expansion spell. So I don't think I have any way to buff this right now, so let's just cast it. Okay, we have the world as usual. So let's just create a couple of these. Might only need 2 actually to keep up with my current mana rate. This is for divining spells. I'll just continue to throw points into wisdom to get additional mana capacity. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep 3 of these up. Now, I think a new thing is you can actually click on these and get some details on them. Don't seem to have any details available. Here we go. This is telling me about the rate that I earn it. Yeah, we'll look into that later. So we have Conjure Spark. It's the only thing available with this. What does this cost to learn? Let's just, well, I'm going to focus on the world. I spent all the time to get here. Let's go ahead and unlock this and see how far we can get. All right, so one more cast. We have the world unlocked now, so we're gonna want probably at least a couple of these urns of expansion. Let's see, gather space, form study. Okay, so this is what unlocks the research. And then we've got cognitive space here, which is going to be learn how to use space to improve your mental and magical capacities. Unlocks memory and sorcery. Gather space. Okay, so I need 300 space for that. Let's see what happens if we put 1 point into this. What I want to do is get this unlocked as quickly as possible. And so I'm wondering, so this increases it by 20. I think I'll at least get cognitive space. Okay, so this increases my knowledge capacity. Speaking of, let's go spend some of my knowledge that I've been passively generating. Let's put it into aptitude and then 1 into wisdom. And what does Relics Cube increases? Yeah, just knowledge capacity, divining spell power. All right, let's go ahead and learn Conjure Spark, because it doesn't look like we're getting anywhere fast with just Conjure Space. Let's ditch this and throw in a conjure spark. And let's just cast one of those. Yeah, so we're getting some new stuff here. We'll get spark wizardry. Crackle casting gives... Oh, critical casts. Okay. And now we have energetic infusion. That looks like the same as before. Agility for cooldowns. Just keep generating more space while we're looking at this. And go ahead and generate some more spark to get more mana gain from this. I don't really want to put points into agility. I'm trying to save my thaumaturgy because I'm going to need it for... Well, not that. Yeah, for the Urn of Expansion. Okay, so I actually can't generate enough to get another level of this unless I use 2 of these spells. Is it crazy to just keep going for the aspect slot? We're already almost at cap here. Let's go ahead and get, let's see, so this is going to be... Yeah, let's get one of those just to have a little bit more knowledge. I'm not going to worry about thaumaturgy and spark capacity. Oh. Oh, yeah. We'll be fine. Okay, because I can also get Urn of Urns, which is going to help me with my capacities, too. This is going to give me plus 30% to the effect of these. The one problem with pushing for this is I don't really have enough mana regeneration to do it quickly. So we already can hold enough space to buy an Urn of Urns. Which, let's see. So we have 5 levels of this. It's giving about 100 space capacity. So this is going to give an extra 30 space capacity. But this already gives 21. So it's not really worth purchasing this until... Yeah, until this is about 2/3 the cost. So I might not need to buy any of the Urn of Urns at all, now that I think about it. We only need enough to get 300, and let's see, we can generate enough mana. These cost 600 each, so I can cast basically 4 of them in a row, but I think I'll leave it at 3. Let's go ahead and get rid of this and throw in one more conjure space. This could be leveled up, but I think that's just going to make it way too expensive. Let's take a look. I really want to get this before the end of the episode. I think I can do that in a reasonable amount of time now. So conjure space. Oh, wait, this is times 1.75 base power. Now I'm confused. Oh, it was the, it's the charm spells that only give times 1.2 base power. Alright, that makes sense. Still not worth it when you consider that I just don't have the mana for it. Okay, so I think the idea here, let's go ahead and spend some of my wisdom down. Don't need divining spell power. Let's get resilience. So basically I can overcap by about 30 by casting 3 of these in a row. So I only need to get my space capacity up to somewhere around 270 to 280. Should be fine. So 1 to 2 more levels of this, and then we'll be ready for the push to the end of this. And hopefully we'll actually unlock some stuff that's powerful enough to warrant the amount of time I put into this. So this is interesting. With a combination of memory and resilience, I can continue to increase my mana rate while I'm doing this. I'm starting to wonder now if it would have been faster to just get a couple of urns of expansion. Let's see, 0.25 base space per second. So to get the 10 space from a spell, it would take 40 seconds. Yeah, it might have been worth it. Especially since I think just to be on the safe side, I'm going to buy one more Urn of Holding here. Yeah, because if I'm not able to do it with these 3 spells, then the cap won't stick around. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I will. Alright, so now we should be able to easily get there. 300 space to get the aspect slot. Alright, let's start looking around for other things that I want to invest in while I grind this out. So if we go look at our possibilities for spells to learn, we still only have Raylock's Cube. So we probably need to get more glyphs. This looks nice. Adding to the resilience effect with aptitude. Resilience is the mana regeneration one. Duplicate Spellbook. This will give us another loadout slot. I'm not too terribly excited about that just yet, but probably get that pretty soon. Augments for spells. Definitely going to start to be powerful. This is an easy upgrade to get. Also, I got to start thinking about... maybe it is worth putting points into comprehension. Wonder if it would have been faster to actually level Infusion up a few more times. Because really my mana rate is the only thing slowing me down at this point. Wow, I'm only at 96. Only a third of the way there. Okay, I kind of regret doing it this way now. Maybe... the raw rate is 53 point... no, what's the actual... base is 21.4, so I can increase it by what is that, like 10%? So 53 up to, it should be like 58. No, not quite. Not as strong as I wanted it to be. The thing is, I feel like now that I'm this far towards it, I might as well push for it. But I think it would have been stronger to upgrade mana rate instead at the start. Or actually, what would have made even more sense, now that I think about it, is just get like 2 or 3 levels of Urn of Expansion. That would have been way better. I don't think it would be worth it now, because just in the time that it would take me to afford this and spending the 80 space on it when I'm already halfway there. This is a new song. I'm not sure we've already heard this one. I feel like I've heard like 2 or 3 new songs with the launch now. Even just getting some spell crits would have probably helped a lot. Alright, we're getting really close now. Just 60 more. That's basically just 6 casts. 5 casts to go. Yeah. This is pretty much a big oops on my part. Doing this pretty much the slowest way possible. I also want to get into this research. So in the next episode, once we start to get some of the stuff that is unlocked here, I think this is going to unlock the workshop as usual. I'm not pretty sure that's true. All right, I'm going to wait until we have 1,200 mana just in case I need 2 casts to overcap this. I think it'll be fine, but we'll just get the get enough for 2 casts. Alright, so there's Gather Space. Oh, I think we should just go for the 6.5 thousand right now. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get the workshop. Oh, wait. Oh, this is cool. They show you the cost for the next aspect. So it's 2.4 thousand, and this is still 40 control. So we unlock the workshop. So learning nature, we're almost there. Looks like I can't do anything before learning the nature. So this is an elemental glyph. So it looks like the glyphs have different types. These are manifestation. Oh, these are elementals as well. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're really distinguished in any sort of particular way. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what happens. So I learned nature. So then we can unlock artifacts. I'm actually tempted to just go straight for construction. Let's just take a look at the skills that I've created. I need to end this episode soon, but I feel like there should at least be a little bit of a payoff if you somehow watched through that grind. So actually, construct is all we can unlock. So let's do that. And now we can unlock conjure wood. Let's go in here and ditch one of these. And then let's throw that in. Okay, so that gets put in that spot. Let's go ahead and throw in a construct. And actually, I'm going to leave a conjure space in there because we're going to need some. All right, so this gives me a very small amount of skill. And I actually need space to conjure wood. So getting passive gain for wood is going to be really good then. Or for space, I guess. Either way. All right, let's take a look at the workshop here. So I need 20. Oh, weird. So it's 1.86 wood, and then basically another one. So I only get about 3 per cast, it looks like. That gives me 0.9 per cast. This has a duration, but I can cast other stuff during it. Got physical space, so this increases... Oh, that's odd. Space capacity and wood capacity. Interesting that both of these affect space capacity. Yeah, just based on what I see, it looks like space is going to be a lot more important. And I'm going to want to invest a lot into these urns of expansion. So yeah, next episode, we'll get working on that space stuff. Probably get the passive space income. I'm going to have to get some more thaumaturgy to upgrade my capacity for... Or no, that's what I need for the space per second. And then the rest of these just cost space to increase my general capacities. So more knowledge capacity to be able to get access to the research. I think that's going to be a big part of what I do next time. And then we'll also go ahead and get the resources we need to unlock these two things. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.